Let's start seated. So find a comfortable seat and let's rub our palms together, close the eyes. Take a moment to tune in how you're feeling today. Notice your breath. You don't need to change it, just notice it. Notice how it feels to be sitting on your sit bones, your ischial tuberosities. See if you can notice your heartbeat. And as you tune in and become present with your body, take an opportunity to first thank yourself for showing up today to this practice. And then set your intention for today. What do you need or want out of this experience? And feeling that intention, we'll open our practice with the sound Om, and then we'll use the mantra Ang Namo Gurudev Namo 3 times. Nice deep inhale. Om. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. And taking another deep, slow breath. Begin to grow your spine a little taller. We'll open our arms, sweep them up, big inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's do 3 more of those. And then we'll start to build our energy with some breath of fire. So bringing your arms to 60 degrees and then curl the fingertips in towards the palm, extend the thumbs up. Thumbs up for a good day. Imagine an arc of light or a rainbow of light between your 2 thumbs, arcing over your head. And we'll begin breath of fire, pumping the abdominals. Breath is in and out through the nose. Go ahead and begin. Halfway there, keep going. Deep inhale. Pull up on root lock, like a Kegel exercise. Draw the energy up the spine. Tuck the chin slightly. Touch the thumbs above the head. Open the palms. Keep holding the breath. Sip in a little more if you can. And then exhale, slowly release that bandha and sweep the arms slowly down, tracing that arc of energy. That breath pattern, just touch the earth with your fingertips. That breath pattern helps to build our Wei Qi, our protective energy, our aura, strengthening our body for invincibility. Good. Go ahead and bring your hands to your knees and just pause for a moment. Feel how that breathing pattern has affected the body. And bringing your hands to your ankles, we'll start to warm up the spine with the spinal flex. Inhale, exhale. Like a seated cat-cow. Inhale, arch the spine, bring the chest forward. And exhale, round the spine, hold on to the ankles, use them for leverage. And come back to a neutral spine, bring hands to the knees. And we'll go into a Sufi grind, so circling the upper torso around the pelvis and lower torso. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. And we'll reverse directions. And come back to center. Bring hands behind you. Lean back into your palms. And let's shake out our legs a little bit. And then if you can remember which leg was on top, switch them so that you're switched there. Good. And let's start to wake up our spine. So inhaling, bring the arms up tall, reach long, and then exhale, we'll go into a gentle spinal twist. Right hand to left knee, left hand behind the sacrum, gazing over your left shoulder. Gentle twist. And then inhale back to center and over to the other side. Exhale, twist. Inhale back to center. We'll do each side again. Exhale, twist. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist. Good. And now we'll add some more energy to it. So bringing your hands up to your shoulders, elbows out straight. Inhale, left. Exhale, right. Powerful breath. Come back to center. Inhale, lift the elbows. Draw up on that root chakra. Draw up the spine. Feel the energy. Lift. Exhale, release. Let those hands just float down and back to your knees. Close the eyes for a moment. Feel the body. Then we'll do propeller arms. So clasping your hands, notice which one's closest to your heart, and then inhale, exhale. Inhale, pull the hands apart, create an isometric stretch. Pull, pull, pull. Exhale, release, shake the hands out, and then switch so the opposite hand is closest to your heart, and begin again. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. Again, isometric stretch. Pull, pull, pull. Hold the breath in. Exhale, release, shake those arms out. Hands to your knees. Pause for a moment. This one's really great for opening up the space between your shoulder blades. Now let's work some of the tension out of our shoulders. Inhaling, squeeze the shoulders up to your ears. Exhale, let them drop. Find a rhythm, add the breath. Inhale, exhale. Find a rhythm that works for you. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders up. Exhale and drop. Good. Bringing chin to chest. Let's roll the neck. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. One more time, and then we'll reverse directions. Other way. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Good. Working all that tension out of our shoulders, neck, upper back. Lovely. All right. Let's go ahead and come on to our backs. We'll start to warm up the lower body a little bit. So bring those knees into the chest and let's just massage the low back out, rocking side to side. Good. One more time, each direction. Then come back to center. Exhale those legs, stretch them out. Reach the arms above the head. Whole body stretch. Reach the hands and the feet away from one another. And then hug that left knee into the chest. Massaging our colon. Toes are pointed upward towards the sky. One more breath here. And then release that left leg back to the earth and hug the right knee into the chest. Breathing deeply, toes pointed upward. And release that leg back to the earth. Once again, stretch tall, 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 long, 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 arms above the head. And then curl into a ball. Hug those knees in. You can lift the neck, head towards the knees. Excellent. One more breath here. Release and extend out once again. Ah, lovely. Bring the hands down, palms towards the earth, and we'll lift our left leg straight up, 70 to 90 degrees. Exhale it down. Lift the right leg up and back down. Lift the left leg up and back down. Lift the right leg up and back down. One more time each side. Right side and back down. Good. Take a moment, turn the palms up, take a breath. Then bending those knees, bring the palms to the thighs. We'll bicycle those legs out a little bit, getting some movement in our hip joint, in our knees. And then hug the knees in. This time when you release them, release the feet to the mat flat. Knees are up towards the sky. You can hold your ankles or just have your hands flat. We're going to push into our feet, extend out through our knees, lift the waist, lift the spine, walk the shoulders in a little bit. If you want to clasp your hands underneath your sacrum, great. If you want to keep your hands flat on the mat, coming into bridge pose, feel the stretch, breathe. Walk the shoulders out, slowly lower the spine, vertebra by vertebra. Sacrum last to come down. Go ahead, extend those legs out. Pause for a moment. Turn the palms upward. Feel the body. Bring the legs back up as we did for bicycle. Bring the upper body up, and we'll start to engage our oblique abdominals as we bicycle. So we're going to reach across as we bicycle. This is also a form of cross crawl, which we do for our brain gym. So we're getting that in while lying on our back. Good. Continue that movement. A few more. You've got this. And release. Squeeze the knees in. And then stretch everything long, long, long. Slide those feet back up. We'll do one more bridge pose. Pushing into the feet, extending out through the knees, lifting the waist up off the earth. Walk the shoulders in. Hold here and breathe. Weight is on the shoulders and arms, not on the neck. And separate the shoulders, roll the spine down. If you want to place your hands underneath your sacrum or framing your sacrum, give yourself a little support. We're going to bring both legs up vertically. And just hold here. Point and flex the toes a couple times. Circle the ankles around, first one direction and then the other. Just let gravity replenish, revitalize your lymph system. Breathing deeply and slowly. You can stay here in this pose, or if you'd like to do double leg lifts, we'll do 10 of them. Inhaling up, exhaling down, touch the earth, pause for a second, and then lift again. Continue this movement, or just stay in your vertical hold. I think I lost count. I think I might be doing a few extra if you want to continue to do this and join me. Otherwise, just pause and rest. Attention on the body as a whole. If your feet are vertical, go ahead and lower them down to the earth and untuck your hands, palms towards the sky. Rest here a moment. You can wiggle out the feet if you want. Nice, deep, slow breaths. Go ahead and reach those arms above the head. stretch. And then we're going to turn over onto our bellies. Starting with a cobra pose, draw your hands even with your rib cage. Tops of the feet are down, pressed against the mat. Chin resting in center. Lift the hands for the first 3. Inhale. Lift up as high as you can comfortably go. Exhale, lower down. Continue. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. If you want to engage your arms now, go ahead and add a little bit more height. Be mindful of your back. Don't overdo. One more, and then on the next one, we'll hold it for a few seconds. Inhale up, elbows close to the body. Stay here, breathe. Gazing forward or slightly upward, but don't bend or crunch the neck back. One more breath. And exhale, lower down. Good. Go ahead and curl those toes under. We're going to push up and back into child's pose. Knees as wide as you need them. Toes can touch. Sit back towards your heels. Bring forehead to the mat. Extend the arms long above your head. And just pause and breathe here. This pose, very good for calming the system, centering, helpful if you're having trouble sleeping. Maybe pause in this pose, either in bed or out of bed, and then see if you return to bed, it helps you sleep. Very restorative if you haven't gotten good sleep. Just be in this pose. One more breath here. And let's go ahead and come up into our tabletop. Draw your knees so they're right underneath your hips. Bring your hands so they're right underneath your shoulders. We'll move through a couple of cat-cows. Exhale, inhale. Inhaling cow, exhaling cat. Good, one more. Good. Go ahead and extend that left leg back, right arm forward into our sunbird pose. Pause here, reaching the hand and the foot in opposite directions. Shoring up the middle by drawing your belly button towards your spine. We'll slowly bring our elbow towards our knee. Inhale out, exhale in. Inhale out, exhale in. Good. Last one. And strengthen and stretch and balance. Everything engaged in this pose. Go ahead and bend your knee, clasp your foot. Get a little quadricep stretch here. Lift that knee up. Release that and set everything down. Let's go to the other side. Stretch that right leg back, extend the left arm forward, find your balance. Shore up your middle, breathe. Create length by reaching the hand and foot in opposite directions. That length extends all the way through the spine. We'll bring elbow to knee. Exhale in, inhale out. Exhale in, inhale out. Exhale in, inhale out. Exhale in, inhale out. Good. Hold here. Bend that knee, clasp the foot, and let's stretch quadriceps on the other side. Breathing, lifting the knee slightly. Release that, extend out one last time, and then just gently set everything down. Good. Let's step forward with our left foot, align ankle and knee, slide that right foot back, drop the pelvis towards the mat. Breathe. Feel the stretch in your iliopsoas muscle. Create a long line from the crown of your head down your sacrum. We're gonna deepen that a little bit by walking our foot out to the edge of the mat and starting to lower down a little bit if this feels comfortable. If not, stay right where you are. If you want to come all the way down onto your forearms or onto a block, really deep runner's lunge type stretch. Breathe into it. Go ahead and start to push yourself back up. Bring that left foot back. Curl the toes and start to walk the hands back, turning the wrists so they're facing away from you and shifting your weight against your toes. Maybe you can sit all the way back. Maybe you feel a stretch when you're up a ways. You're feeling that stretch in the wrists, really good for avoiding carpal tunnel syndrome. You're feeling the stretch in the base of the toes at the ball of the foot, also really good for reducing or avoiding plantar fasciitis. So stretching the toes, stretching the wrists. Breathe. And keeping the toes curled, go ahead and release the hands. Come all the way up onto your knees. You can come into a supported camel where you're placing your hands behind your low back and pressing your hips forward. Or you can come into a flying camel where you reach your arms up and back, really opening the heart, opening the whole front side of the body. Good. Stay here, 2 more breaths. Keeping those toes curled, leaning into them a little bit, still getting a nice stretch there. And if you're in flying camel, come back to supported camel. And then slide your hands down your legs. Come back into tabletop. Release the tops of the toes. Tap the tops of the toes out. Then we'll step forward with our right foot. Start by aligning ankle and knee, sliding that left leg back, letting the pelvis drop towards the mat. Just staying here in this low lunge, breathing. Noticing how the sensation of the stretch is right around that groin area. We're stretching our iliopsoas muscle that starts at our transverse processes of our lumbar spine. It runs through the pelvis. It merges with iliacus, which is connected to the inner side of our pelvic bowl. And it extends down and attaches to the femur on the medial side of the femur at the lesser trochanter. So notice in your own body, where do you feel the sensation of this stretch as we're working on this muscle? Just bring your attention to that area. We'll deepen the stretch a little bit by walking our foot out towards the edge of our mat. Bring both hands to the inner part of the leg and over to the opposite edge of the mat. You can come down onto a block or onto your forearms. Just deepening that stretch. Now you may start to feel that stretch extend into the inner thigh, adductor muscles. Go ahead and push yourself back up. Realign your foot. And then slide that foot back. We'll come into our camel once again. So supported camel is up on your knees with your palms pressing your low back forward, pressing your pelvis forward, and your shoulders drawing towards one another, elbows drawing towards one another, opening that heart space, letting it shine towards the heavens. If you want to extend into flying camel, extend the arms and lean back. And if you want to come into full camel, you can reach back with one arm and then the other to the heels. Now, if your heels are flat, if your feet are flat, you're going to feel this in a little more intensely. You want to just push your whole front body forward. If this is too difficult and you want to come back up and curl your toes, it may be easier to reach your heels, not quite as intense. So wherever you are, supported camel, flying camel, full camel, just find your body and breathe with it. Opening up the whole front side of the body. Go ahead and release that one hand at a time. Come back into supported camel. If your toes were tucked, untuck them. We're just going to sit back on our heels if that's comfortable. If that's not comfortable, some support. You can roll your mat up underneath. You can put a blanket or towel under here or a pillow. Just sit for a moment and breathe. And then slide your hands down your legs. Come onto your forearms. Let your forehead come as close to the mat as it can. Into a rabbit pose. This may feel perfect and have quite enough intensity for you. If you need to add intensity, you can reach your hands towards your heels, bring the top of your head to the mat, and lift the middle of your back up towards the sky. Just variations of rabbit. Do what your body's calling for today. And then we're going to roll out of that, bring the hands to the mat. We're going to push up into downward facing dog. So curling the toes under, lifting the knees off the earth. Pedal out the feet gently. Start to get a stretch in these calf muscles. And then bend the knees slightly, lift the sacrum higher. Head falls in between the elbows, gazing up at your thighs or your navel. Breathing here. This is another inverted pose. So again, we're flushing the brain with fresh oxygenated blood, as it makes it quite easy for the heart to pump it up to the brain when gravity is assisting. Two more breaths here. Good. Bend into the knees, gaze forward, and start to walk those feet up towards the back of your hands. We'll come into a forward fold here. If you want to bring your pinkies to the elbow creases, keep those knees deeply bent. And just gently sway side to side, feeling the stretch in your hamstrings. And then we'll start to roll up, stacking the vertebra. Head and neck last to come up. Shoulders roll up, back, and down. Nice. And let's go ahead and massage our scalp. Massage your forehead. And your cheeks. And the front of your throat. And the back of your neck. You reach across, grab that trapezius, massage it, and turn the head side to side. Hopefully our earlier poses have reduced a lot of tension that might have been there. Let's go ahead and work the opposite side, massage it, turn the head side to side. Let's zip the energy up, draw it up the midline of the body. Activating our brain buttons, one hand on abdomen, one hand just underneath the clavicle. You're right in those little indentations right here. They're about this far apart. Good. Other hands on the navel. And then switch. Making an X with your fingers, stare at it for a moment or two so that when you close your eyes, you see that X in your mind's eye. And let's make a big X out of our bodies, stretching our left foot and our right hand away from one another. Reach, reach, reach. And our right foot and our left hand away from one another. And both feet and both hands away from one another. Really stretch. Good. All right. We're going to go into full eagle today. If you can't do eagle or don't feel up to it, then just go into cook's hookup, crossing the hands, arms, and hold here. But if you can, let's sweep that right arm underneath the left, winding the hands. So bring those elbows up as close to shoulder level as you can. Sink into that left leg, bending the knee, and reach the right leg up and over. Now you can kickstand it here, so both feet are touching the earth, or if you can balance on that left foot, find your drishti, your vision is set on one point that's not moving. And just breathe, hold this pose, sinking lower into your bent knee, reaching the arms a little higher, keeping the spine tall, breathing. Good, release that, sweep the arms up. Let's go over to the other side. So if you're just doing cook's hookup, it looks like this. If you're going into full eagle, you're gonna wind that left arm underneath the right, wind the hands together, reach the elbows up, sink into that right foot, Lift the left up and over and sink in, find your drishti. That's the point that's not moving. Good. Breathe. And unwinding, reach up tall. Feel the hemispheres of your brain in your left and right hand. Bring them together above the head with an electrical sound. Hold this mudra, breathe. Bring the mudra closer to your skull, holding your connected brain. 3 more breaths here. Place that cranium back in your skull. Wander your fingers down for positive points on the forehead. So again, indentations right above your eyes, right in line with your eyes. Massage those. Breathe. Let go of any negative self-talk, any worry, and replace it with positive messages. And if your worries are because you might not be hearing the words you want to hear, tell those words to yourself. Say, I love you to yourself. I appreciate you. I honor you. I'm grateful for you. Good. And then let's wake up our eyes with lazy eights, extending your hand in front of you, tracing a figure 8, laying on its side, waking up the eyes, giving them a little workout. Next time you're at the midline, bring that into the nose, and we're going to do something a little unusual. I want you to step into warrior 2, a short warrior 2. So your back foot is parallel, your front foot is straight ahead, so they are perpendicular to one another and in line with one another. We're going to extend that right arm out, curl the fingers towards the palm, extend the thumb, just like we did with our breathing at the beginning. Opposite hand reaches there as well. And draw an arrow or a bow back, a knock arrow, into archer pose. Bend into that front knee and hold here, staring at that front thumb. Good, breathe. Keep the back elbow up high. Hold here. And release that arm forward. Come back to feet together. Stabilize the chin with the opposite hand. Let's do lazy eights on the other side. One more time. Bring that into the nose. Send that right arm out. Clasp the fingers in towards the palm. Extend that thumb. Step back. Reach your opposite arm back. So left arm comes forward. Come back as if you're drawing a bow. Bend into that front knee. Holding this archer's pose. Very similar to warrior 2, but different. Staring at that front thumb. Two more breaths. Bring the foot, hand back and bring the foot up. Good, nice. All right. So we've already done our cross crawl. Let's massage our ears and curl, unfurl them. Get all the little acupressure points. Get into all the nooks and crannies and gently give them a little pull. Good. And then bring the hands up and then connect the hands, come back to heart center. We're going to come into tree pose. So shifting the weight into the left leg, bring the right foot either below or above the knee. Knee is out to the side. Grow your spine taller. You want a nice tall spine. Good. If you feel stable here, you want to grow your branches. Inhale. Take in the sunlight, the sunshine. All the leaves extended with your fingers. And then guiding our intention to have pure thoughts. Hands touch the forehead. Pure words, hands touch the mouth. Pure actions, hands touch the heart. Good, let's do that again. Grow your branches. Take in the sunlight. Hands come together. Pure thoughts, pure words, pure actions. Let that foot drop. Wiggle out the hips a little bit. Let's go to the other side. Tree pose. Find your stability. Find a point that's not moving. When you're stable, grow your branches. Sunshine filling every cell of your being. And then setting your intention for pure thoughts, pure words, pure actions. Inhale. Take in the sunlight. Intend pure thoughts, pure words, pure actions. Go ahead and release that foot. Wiggle out the hips again. Very nicely done. We're going to go ahead and come into a wide stance. Slide your hands down your legs. Coming into a wide-legged forward fold. Hold here. Either you're holding at your knees, your shins, if you can reach all the way to the outside edge of your foot. Just let the head drop, looking between your legs, gazing through. Now turn your right foot so it's perpendicular to your left foot. Come up into warrior two. Arms extending out, lower body descending, upper body ascending. Good, breathe. Then straighten out that front leg. Shift forward, so towards your front foot, and then just tick-tock the arms will come into triangle pose. Gaze down at your foot, gaze up at your extended hand. If that feels unstable, continue gazing down at your foot. Coming back up into warrior two, turn that right toes forward again. Extend your arms behind you, clasp the hands, open the heart, lean back slightly, and then in very slow motion, start to pour your weight forward. If you need to bend the knees, do so. Protect that low back. See if you can reach the arms up as you come back into that wide-legged forward fold. Opening up the shoulders. Breathe. Release the hands. Put fists right below your shoulders and come up into a halfway lift, flat back. Turn that left foot out, bend into the knee, and let's come up into warrior two, opposite direction. Straighten that front leg, shift forward with your upper body, and then tick-tock the arms. Gaze down at your foot, gaze up at your thumb. Reaching that right hand skyward. Smiling. One more breath. Come back up, turn those toes. Turn the toes out slightly. Let's come down into our goddess squat. Place the hands on the earth. Come all the way down, seated. We're going to bring the sole of our foot as close to our elbow, inner elbow as we can, hugging that whole lower leg. And just gently rock it side to side. Really good way to stretch out our hips. Good. Hug that knee in. Sit up tall. 2 more breaths. And go ahead and slowly release it back to the earth. Sit up tall. Inhale the arms up. And we'll go into a spinal twist. Hold here and breathe. Coming back to center, inhale up, bring hands behind you, shake out those legs, and then let's switch opposite leg. Find the sole of the foot as close to the inner elbow as you can, and then hugging that knee towards you, gently rock side to side, loosening up the hips. And then find stillness and gently pull the knee towards you as you lengthen the spine. Breathe. One more breath. And release that back to the earth. Lift the arms tall. Let's spinal twist the opposite way. Gazing over your shoulder. Hold here and breathe. Inhale back to center. Exhale, hands down. Good. Let's go ahead and come onto our backs. Wiggle the toes in and out a couple times. Turn the palms towards the sky. Let's take 3 deep sigh breaths, extending the tongue out as you exhale. Inhale up. Exhale. Just let it all go. 2 more of those. Last one. And sealing the lips, breathing comfortably in and out slowly through the nose. Just let it all go. Use this time for the body to just synthesize everything that we've moved it through today. Go ahead and wiggle your fingers and deepen your breath. Wiggle your toes. Circle the ankles and circle the wrists around both directions. Rub the palms of your hands together. Rub the soles of your feet together. And hug those knees into the chest. Let's drop both knees to the right, gaze over the left. Come back to center, hug the knees in. Drop both knees to the left, gaze to the right. Come back to center, holding underneath the legs. Let's rock on the spine, forward and back. 2-3 times, and then rock all the way up into seated position. Come around to center. Bring hands to heart center. Feel the body. Once again, acknowledge yourself and appreciate yourself for showing up and for moving through. You've done a great service, starting your morning off, starting your week off. Honor yourself. The light and love and divinity in me honors and bows to the light and love and divinity in each one of you. Namaste. Let's close our practice with the sound Om and an act of self-recollection. Om. May the longtime sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Satnam.